Now we have downloaded our Laravel project, and here is the database, the structure of the files. So we have here our old inventory database. Let's create another database for our Laravel project. It's called inventory Laravel. And then here on the .env file, we're going to update here the db database and the name of our database. It's called inventory Laravel. So you can see here we have, so in the Laravel they have this migrations. It's basically a version control for your database. It allows your team to modify and share the application's database schema. So here, let's create. We are going to use an artisan command to create a migration. So let's just try here. So here in the documentation, let's search for make. So the command is make migration. So let's run that one, make migration, and then the name of the migration file. So right now we can create the products table first. So let's wait for this to finish. Well, actually this is already finished. Let's open that. So create products table.php, or you can also go to the database and migrations folder. So there are default migration files. But for now, let's focus on the products. Let's just add the product name, the description, the image, the price, the stock, and then the created by. So here, let's just use the table variable, and then here the type of the column, and let's make this one nullable and set the default to null. So you can see here this created by, this should be a foreign key. So as you can see, this default migrations will have a user's migration file. So let's just remove some of this, and then here on our users table, let's just cross-check the columns. Should be first name, and then here the last name. Let's remove these. Need a password. This one, we need the permissions table. So actually, let's skip the email column and add the permissions column. So let's set, or just set to nullable and default to null. The password, let's just increase by 500. Now in our products file, let's just research for the foreign the command or the script to set the foreign key. So here we can just copy that one, so table, and then the foreign key, which is it should be the created by, and then references, so the ID or the primary key to the table. So this should be references ID, and then on the table name, which is the users. Then also let's update that one. This should be an unsigned big integer. So now we have the products and the users table. So let's create another migration for the users, the suppliers table. So let's visit or open the suppliers file. So schema create the suppliers table or the supplier table name, and then these are the information or the columns. The same thing, use the table variable, and then let's set it to nullable and set default to null. So for the created by, the price, and the stock, so let's just update this one. This should be a double type, and then the stock is an integer type. So going back to our supplier, we can just copy this one and then also this one. So next is the product suppliers table. We also have the order product and then the order product history. So let's just create a migration file for the product supplier table. Let's open that one, and then let's check the columns. So basically this is just a connection between the product and the supplier. So I'll have the supplier, and then this is a reference to the suppliers, and then the same thing with the product, the name of the column here, product, and this will be from the products table. So actually let's update the one. Let's add an ID to the name. So now let's go to the order product. So once we have an PO, this is where we store the data. So let's create another migration file, order product table, and then let's open that. And inside, let's check the different columns. So you can just grab this one. Let's just update the positions of this. Just copy these and paste. Also have the quantity. So let's just add these columns. Receive, remaining, the status, the batch, the created by. So let's just copy and change to created by and add a foreign key and references to the users table. Next is, let's go requested by, and then can just use the table, the name of the type, data type, and then set them to nullable. So this quantity, it's changed the one to integer. Think we are all good with this table. So next is the order product history table. Let's create that migration. Let's open that in our editor, and here we have 3 columns. This is the order product ID, and this should be a foreign key to the order products table. So let's update that one, order product ID, and it references to order product. And then next we have the qty receive. Let's just copy this one, and then here we have the qty received, and then the date received. We have the timestamp, so let's just add it, so we can see or learn how to add a date time. So the time is the name of the data types. If we check, as you can see here, we have the date time property. So it is looking good. Let's just change the positions of this. Then also here, let's move them. And then here, let's try to run the command. So as you can see, the inventory Laravel is empty. So to migrate the file, let's run this command. And as you can see, we have the success messages. And if we refresh, let's refresh. As you can see, the files have been migrated, or the tables. So here we have the migration files, and as you can see, the foreign keys is set, the tables are created. So I'm not sure why this personal access tokens is included. So we can, so for example, like this one, we can remove that column using the migration command. So let's add a new migration file, and it's dropping the tables. So here on the app function, let's just research for the dropping of tables. So basically this is just the line. So schema drop if exists, and then the name of the table, so which is this one. So if I'm going to run this one, oops, and as you can see, if you refresh, so that table is gone or dropped. So basically that's it. Stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.